there's also evidence before court that certain firearms were found at number 17 Kosana Flats and that they were well concealed. That these firearms were hidden and so well concealed that if they weren't pointed out to the police, they would never have been found. And the people that concealed them were John and LaRue.
I also heard of that afterwards. Those were not the weapons I used.
Okay. Now, accused 3 is also charged with being in possession of unlawful firearms as well as ammunition.
Marcel.
Yes, Marcel. And she's also charged with an alternative of not having reported such having knowledge of it. Do you understand that?
Yeah, but it's
Now, accused 3, how often was she at number 17 Kosana, where you live?
It would be difficult to say so many times a month, but not a lot. It would depend, like if I was sick or if I had a birthday or if it was Mother's Day, she would specifically come upstairs for me, but otherwise I always went downstairs. Once a month she would cook veggies for me and help me to freeze it. For the rest of the time, only if I had to send her upstairs to fetch something for me, or sometimes when they couldn't hang their washing because it was raining and my balcony was enclosed, so she would ask if she could hang their washing upstairs. But yeah, so it's not often.
And even if she were to be there, she would never have been able to see these firearms that were so well concealed. Am I correct?
I don't know because I wasn't there when they found it. I just saw photos in the dockets. I'm not sure, but no, I don't think so, because she wouldn't be going around in the house looking for things. She would just come to hang washing or be in the kitchen or bring me something to my room.
Now, John Barnard also lived at your flat at number 17, am I correct?
Yes, he lived in the bedroom, I lived in the lounge.
Okay. Now, how often, or if at all, would Marcel spend time in John Barnard's bedroom?
Never, as far as I know. I hope.
Because he testified that she spent many days, well, lots of time in his room.
How is that possible? I don't know.
Now, also, there's evidence that ammunition was found at the school where you taught, which was hidden in the storeroom of your classroom, in the ovens there.
I heard about that. I didn't hide it there. I explained to them that it could have been hidden by either John or LaRue because they helped me at school, and that storeroom wasn't my own private storeroom. My own private storeroom was the one behind me. The guns that I had was under the bath in my flat in a brown handbag, and until today I don't know if they went to fetch.
And
I told the lawyer about.
Accused number 3, Marcel, would she have known about this ammunition?
No, she wouldn't have.
You've already testified that LaRue was jealous of her as a reason for why you would be implicating her in this matter. Am I correct?
Yes, yes.
Now, what is the present state of your relationship with LaRue?
Now, today.
Yes.
He doesn't want to speak to me. The social worker has spoken to me about the possibility of having a session where he's social worker and she's present. But I said she could ask him, but I don't think he would say he would do it. And she said we would talk about it again.
So you're willing to speak to him, but he's not willing to speak to you?
The last that I know of, yes.
And what is the state of accused number 3's relationship with LaRue at the present time?
Well, the last that I heard from her, she was sad because he would barely greet her here when she sees him at court. But otherwise, I don't think they have any relation at the moment.
Do you know why that is?
Well, it refers to their father as well, if I may mention it. As far as I understand, their father said that Marcel shouldn't speak to me. Basically, that's how I understood it, and associate with me because I'm guilty. And when she said she would not write me off because I'm her mother, no matter what I do, he never came to visit her again. And so the father visits the son, but not the daughter. So I think that's one whole complicated thing.
I don't have any further questions for the witness.
Any question? Thank you, my lord.
Mrs. Steyn, let's start at where you've ended, and that is with reference to the guns, which you say you used during all these robberies and murders.
Yes, sir.
You are referring to plural, more than one gun.
Yeah.
Can you describe the guns to me?
The one was, as I understood, a 38 something, and it was a revolver, and it had a pouch with a furry thing around it, and it was quite more heavy than the other one. The other one was a small pistol with small bullets. I understood it's a .22 pistol, and it was much lighter, and it didn't have a safety, so I had to be careful with it.
Were you able to point out those firearms?
I think so, but they showed me photos in the dockets and they didn't look familiar to me. The one with the furry thing I saw, and it looked like that one, but the other one, it says that it's a revolver, and according to me it's a pistol, and I know what it looks like.
What's the difference between a revolver and a pistol?
A revolver has a round thing in that you can spin like in cowboy movies, that the bullets go in, and the pistol,
Yes.
the magazine comes out at the bottom.
With which firearm did you shoot McGregor?
With a pistol.
With a pistol?
Yes. The revolver I used at the Meyers to point at them, and at the people in the flat with the Krugersdorp murders.
You fired 2 shots to McGregor with a pistol, is that your evidence?
Yes. And never used it again because now it was already used. So I hid it away.
Why?
If it was used in an, say I got panicky again and shot in one of the next ones, there would be a connection between McGregor and those people with the same bullets were used in the same gun. So I hid it in the handbag under the bath.
So you thought about that you don't want to use it again because it may link you up to the McGregor murder.
Yes.
And you mentioned during your evidence at McGregor that you, after you placed the heavy deceased in the bath, you cleaned up it.
We searched the house first to see if we could find any cards or money or anything, because we couldn't, and made sure that we clean, yes.
Clean meaning what?
Well,
Clean up.
I wiped the floor, made sure that I didn't leave my gloves. There was a plastic bag that Leroux put around his head. There was sellotape, stuff like that, all of it collected, and the room pushed. If you look through the window, that it looks like the room is normal again.
I follow. So it sounds to me that you took quite a number of items with you on this excursion, to the plot at Talton.
Just what you could carry on you and in a plastic bag, yes.
Now, you've mentioned, is it duct tape?
I don't want to lie, I've used duct tape before, but I can't remember if I took duct tape that day or not. I know I had glad wrap with me, and I know there was a plastic bag. I can't remember what the sellotape or duct tape was. It could have been grey ones, white ones that's actually then sellotape, I'm not sure.
But also the white one. Sellotape, not this.
No, it would be a white
white
one,
The
yes.
big one.
Yeah,
Similar to the duct tape, just not different color.
yeah.
So the sellotape or duct tape that you took along, for what was that?
To bind his hands behind his back, but it was difficult because it couldn't reach properly.
And the feet
We bound that as well.
with the duct tape, with the sellotape.
As
duct
far
tape.
as I remember, yes.
Who did that?
Leroux, I was holding the gun.
Oh, that was at the stage after you shot him, but he was still alive.
Yeah, he was alive for quite some time.
And so you immobilized him with that tape.
Yes, but he couldn't get up either, so it wasn't really urgent to immobilize him. He couldn't get up after I shot him.
Due to the gunshot wounds.
Yes,
But he was able to speak
yes,
because you then got all the information regarding his accounts from him.
I struggled, but yes, I got it from him.
Why did you struggle?
Because he didn't want to answer and he was in pain. So he would pretend that he doesn't hear me, and then I would ask him again, and then he would say this number or that number, so it was a struggle to get it out.
Now, what did you do to prod him to give you the information again? Did you torture him? Or
No,
did something
I
to
didn't
him in order
torture
for him
him.
to now speak the truth? Because you haven't got time to waste there. You fired 2 shots. Time is of the essence, isn't that so?
I didn't torture him, I manipulated him with words.
Yes, explain to me how you did that.
I remember at first, when he would still believe me before I got the pin, I told him that if he gave me the pin, we could still phone people to take him to hospital.
Oh. You gave him hope that you will let him live. Is that what you say?
Possibly, yes, if he believed me.
And then he cooperated with you.
Yes, but he slipped up. He gave me the correct number. He tried to conceal it, but I tried it around, on the other way around, and it worked.
Explain that to me.
He gave me a pin, and then it ended. There was a 1 there that he said, and then there's a 1 at the end, and then he said no, there isn't. And when I tried the one that he gave me, it didn't work. And then I remembered earlier he said, but there was a 1 at the end. I think it was at the end or second from the end, and then I had to add that 1, and then when I added it, it actually worked. So what he said first, without thinking, was the correct one.
Now, when he was there lying in pain and you forced the pin number out of him, did you write the number down?
I can't remember writing down. I think I would have had to find a pen for that.
Yeah, but don't you think
And-
it's important to get the correct number? Otherwise, it's
I
all
had
in vain.
his-
You won't be able to withdraw money from the account.
I had his phone in my hand.
Yes.
Yes, so I had to just put a pin in.
Oh, so you used his phone,
Yes.
and the pin was for the internet, the internet banking.
Yes, if I remember correctly, it was APSA, and I'm familiar with APSA. I used to be with them. Yes.
There's a PIN number and the
A password and a pin.
password. That's
Yeah. I can't remember what they were, but yes, he gave them to me.
He gave both you,
Yes.
and then you just use that phone after you've accessed the internet banking to transfer the money to your account.
Yes.
And once that has been done successfully, what happened?
Then he was still alive. So we killed him and put him in the bath.
How did you kill him?
Well, I thought that Leroux strangled him, and that was sort of the last thing that killed him. But according to the reports from the, sorry, the word, pathologist, yes, sorry. According to the report from that, he died of the gunshot wounds. So, but yes, Leroux strangled him. He put a plastic bag over his head and strangled him, and then said he's dead. And I saw he was dead. But apparently he passed away because of the gunshot wound, so it was sort of at the same time.
Is that why you took the plastic bag along?
I can't remember if that was one that was taken along or that Leroux found there. Because I don't carry a plastic bag on me. That would be obvious when I'm at the door wanting entrance.
Was a rope taken along?
Leroux always had a chokey, he called it. It's a rope with 2 pieces of wood attached to it.
Chokey, is that now, when did he started making those ropes?
Then, more or less.
So that was after Jared's attempt to strangle. Because he
Yeah.
battled with Jared, and that's
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
when.
He even made me one once, but I said I didn't want it. I wouldn't use it.
So we took that along, and it was the sellotape, and maybe a plastic bag.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember what he took along, but I had always had gloves in my pocket, and I had the gun.
But everybody had gloves, isn't that so?
Leroux and I both had gloves. Yes. John didn't because he was in the car.
Are those the surgical gloves? Or what
Yes.
type of gloves? You buy at the pharmacy.
Across the street. Yes.
And I just want to have a look at the photographs taken at the scene. If you have a look at volume 1, exhibit A and BB.
Shucks. Something fell off. One. Sorry, can you repeat which pages?
AA, it's at the back of that file. AA and double B. Double A and double B.
I have it.
Now double A is photos of the deceased. Did you shoot him at close range?
Just a second. About as far as this bench is from me. I was maybe a little bit closer. I don't know in meters if you call that close.
2 meters?
Or 2 meters?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd say 1.5 to 2 meters. He might have been a little bit closer, more or less.
And you shoot him from the side or the back.
Well, I thought it went in at his back and side, but apparently they said, yeah, it was in his stomach. But either way, I gave him 2 shots. He was